Oh my gosh, what are the top 5 things I need to do to sell my house? Guys, I understand that this market has shifted for sellers, and I'm here with some solutions. Hey guys, Gretchen.hamm with Leanne and Company. I am here with my dear friend Crystal of Just Call Crystal, and she is going to help us talk about the top 5 very simple, inexpensive things you can do to get the biggest bang for your buck when you're prepping your house for sale. Crystal, thank you for being here.
Of course, it's fun.
Awesome. So, biggest asset we have in our house is our walls. So what do we do with those?
So, when you're thinking about selling your home, I think that the most important thing is to really keep in mind that you want your home to be universally appealing. So, paint is obviously the most affordable way that you can really freshen up a space. Thinking about a universal color that you want to put up on your walls is certainly the first, probably the very first step I would recommend. And universally appealing and neutral colors don't necessarily have to just mean boring. You can also add in some fun accent colors, maybe in appropriate spaces like a master bedroom. A powder bath would also be a fun space for, an additional color. But in general, just putting up some nice neutral wall color.
Yeah. So when we're thinking about number 2, we're thinking about flooring.
Okay.
What do you think?
So flooring, in my opinion, when you're updating flooring, you really, again, kind of want to go back and think about someone new walking into your home for the first time. So any existing carpets that need to be changed out, you want to think about neutral color. This, even if the color is already neutral and the carpet is in good shape, I oftentimes suggest to clients to go ahead and swap those out. Carpet is not that big of an expense.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I think that people appreciate as new buyers is to coming in knowing that the carpet is clean and not having to worry if there's any dust or old pet odors or any moisture that might be trapped in the
Yeah.
fibers of the carpet. It just makes your house feel clean and ready for the next homeowner.
Yeah. And we're seeing so much luxury vinyl plank really throughout the home, right? As the
Yeah.
product has developed to waterproof and scratch proof and everything proof. Are we seeing that go beyond just main living spaces?
I think so. I think, certainly an LVP waterproof flooring for a basement is always the gold standard, in sort of my opinion. I definitely wouldn't put carpet in a basement. As far as the main level and upper areas of the home, if there's an upstairs, I always try to tell clients to think about what material matches the scale of the home. So I think that at some point, if the home is of a certain value, you're not going to want to put an LVP on a in $1 million home, right? A
Right.
homeowner is going to want to see engineered or solid hardwood plank in that type of a home. But certainly in a townhome or something like that, where maybe the price point is a little bit lower, and you can get away with a flooring that isn't as high end. I think that you can definitely get away with that, and the material, like you said, has really come a long way. There are so many LVPs now that you have to really, really know your stuff to figure out if it's actually a vinyl plank.
Yeah.
So depending on the situation, absolutely, I think that it could be a good fit.
Yeah. And I
Something else
think,
that we chatted a little bit earlier off camera is really working with people who can help guide you to maybe not just one solution, but a couple of different options that
mm-hmm,
make sense for you and your specific situation as
mm-hmm.
well as your budget.
Yeah. And the price point of the home, right? We also don't want to
Absolutely.
over improve because sometimes then you're not getting that back, right?
Yep.
Depending on where you are in the market. Um, okay, number 3. This one always cracks me up when I walk into a home and I see the brass old chandelier right when you walk in, or even worse, on the outside of the home,
Yep.
as you're getting the key out of the lockbox. So lighting.
Lighting. So lighting is actually super easy. I have a couple of tips. So just kind of taking I would say there's varying levels of expense that you can add into this area. So a lot of the old, very yellow gold chandeliers and
But wait, brass is back.
Brass is back. Brass is back, and gold is a trend, but it's a much prettier uh, champagne colored finish, not quite as yellow. But so a couple of just options, and I don't know that we chatted a lot about this, but it's, not everybody has a budget to really be able to tackle everything on their list.
Right.
You can take a lot of those older chandeliers, even exterior lights, and Rust-Oleum has a great product. You can spray paint those on your own, even if you want to do like a matte black, go classic matte black, especially on your exterior lighting. That can be just super simple to do. But then if you do actually want to replace items like the foyer light, any of those old boob lighting, that you see in like hallways and things like that, I think that, like I said, there's a lot of really pretty finishes, and updating those is a really easy way to bring in a little bit of style into your home.
Or neutralize it, right? If you had a very specific taste in your home, and maybe you want to neutralize it with some more broad appeal lighting.
Exactly.
And one other thing on lighting that we see all the time is make sure that all of your light bulbs match in your house.
Yes, exactly. Don't have the one yellow light. You want to try to and not having like the daylight bulb, which is the bright,
like the softer
blue.
Ones,
to have like a nice soft lighting. Other just point maybe more style wise on lighting is more specifically thinking about like your island lights. Those are actually, they used to be the smaller, like 6-inch little pendant lights that drop down. One way to really showcase that your home has been taken care of and is updated is to go ahead and follow the trend with lighting and replace those with slightly larger pendants, which is, slightly oversized scale is on trend right now. So go ahead and have some fun. You can, updating on a budget doesn't have to mean updating without style. You can certainly.
A lot of the natural wovens are so popular right now in those pendants, and bring some textures inside, and are still very neutral, right? Are still pretty neutral in terms of color and style. So we talked a little bit about gold, but talking about metals and finishes, and you had a couple fantastic ideas on how to very easily pop out some different things in metal to stay on trend.
Yeah. So, obviously it's fun to show, people are excited to buy a home. It's kind of fun to go in and see a little something fun, right? So maybe gold is not necessarily your taste, but it can be. If you want to pepper some of that in as a trend in your home, you can update your hardware in your kitchen. That's a very easy swap out. If you want to take it one step further, you could change out your faucet, and you can even do a mixed metal, like maybe a gold and black or a gold, you can play with that a little bit. Another fun place to put a little touch of gold could be in a powder bathroom. Even if the existing finishes are chrome or brushed, you can put in maybe a gold mirror and tie that in with, a hand towel that's gold, or, just a little accessory or something like that, just to kind of have some fun with it.
Yeah. And if you're going to change something anyway, maybe that's a place to change into, a pop of kitchen backsplashes.
Yeah, backsplash is a great way to finish out a kitchen, and it does not have to be expensive. You can get tons of, there's 1,000 different colors of just basic ceramic subway tile, and
it's like 15 cents a tile.
Very inexpensive. This could actually even be a DIY if you are, handy yourself, not a hard project. If you have an existing backsplash that's dated, maybe some of like the travertine or like the old stone 4x4, tiles, go ahead and get rid of that. You might need to do a little bit of sheetrock work to kind of clean it up, but I think that putting a nice clean backsplash in a kitchen is so worth it. And just, again, like putting a white backsplash is so easy.
It shows that it's clean, right? It shows that it's updated. This is where you're going to be cooking, right, with your family or your, in your situation. So for a couple to several $100s, you can get, depending on the size of the home, just a white subway backsplash, which will go a long way.
Yeah.
All right, so those were our top 5 plus a bonus easy fixes when you're thinking about designing to sell. So Crystal, thank you so much.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And I will make sure to tag her and have her available for anybody who's looking to sell. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.